Hello and welcome to Eastern Healing Table. When people talk about healthy eating, the first phrase we hear is less oil, less salt. For heart health, that's only half the story. What truly matters is not just eating less oil, but eating oil the right way. In this episode we'll make oil simple and practical, which oils are better choices, how much to use per day, which temperatures are safe, and how to cook flavorful home dishes that protect your heart. By the end, you will have a complete, kitchen-ready plan. Choosing, using, storing, measuring, eating out smartly, plus a one-day menu and a repeatable weekly rhythm you can start tonight. Let's start with one guiding idea: oil is not the enemy. The wrong oil and the wrong method are. Fats provide energy, help us absorb fat-soluble vitamins, and build hormones and cell membranes. For older adults, three things decide whether oil harms or helps: quality, quantity, and temperature. Quality means the fatty acid profile and whether trans fats are present. Quantity means how much total oil you use across the day, including oil hidden in foods like nuts, cheese, fatty meats, and baked goods. Temperature means how you heat oil relative to its smoke point. Nail these three, and most home cooking can be both heart-friendly and delicious. First, know your families of oil. Family 1 is rich in monounsaturated fat, including olive oil, canola oil, peanut oil, and avocado oil. These are relatively stable and excellent for daily cooking. Family 2 is rich in polyunsaturated fats, split into omega-6 and omega-3. Sunflower, corn, and soybean oils skew toward omega-6. Flaxseed, perilla, and walnut oils are higher in omega-3. Omega-3 is valuable for heart health, but these oils are fragile and prefer low heat or no heat. Family 3 is higher in saturated fat, such as butter, coconut oil, and lard. A little for flavor is fine, but they should not be your everyday workhorses. Family 4 is the problem group: sources of industrial trans fat, historically found in partially hydrogenated oils, certain shortenings, and some packaged snacks. Avoid them whenever possible by reading labels. How much oil do we actually need? A practical daily range for most adults is roughly 20 to 30 grams of added cooking oil, which equals about 2 to 3 teaspoons using a standard 5 milliliter measure per teaspoon. If your meals include extra fat from nuts, fatty meats, pastries, or cheese, reduce the oil that goes into the pan that day. If you're actively managing lipids or weight, a range of about 15 to 25 grams can work well, provided the meal still feels satisfying. One simple technique to cut oil without losing flavor is a water-oil double stir-fry. Bloom aromatics with a small amount of oil first, then add a splash of water or light stock to help vegetables soften and release their own juices, and finish with a tiny touch of oil for aroma at the end. Temperature matters as much as quantity. Every oil has a smoke point, and pushing past it creates off flavors and irritating breakdown products. Think in 3 heat zones. For high heat searing or shallow frying, choose more stable options such as refined canola, peanut, or avocado oil. For medium heat sautéing, refined or for cooking olive oil is a good choice. For low heat and finishing, use extra virgin olive oil, or keep delicate oils like flax, perilla, and walnut strictly for dressings or for drizzling after the heat is off. A good habit is to heat the pan first, add oil second, and add ingredients as the oil just begins to shimmer rather than smoke. Salt belongs near the end so moisture doesn't purge too early and drive you to keep adding oil. Heart protection also depends on your omega balance. Many modern diets supply plenty of omega-6 but fall short on omega-3. Correcting this doesn't require fancy products. Make monounsaturated rich oils your daily base, such as olive and canola, and add omega-3 through low heat methods. A teaspoon of flax or perilla oil on a finished dish, a sprinkle of walnut crumble on salads, and fish, like salmon or mackerel, in place of heavy red meat dishes once or twice a week. For example, a simple plate of quick stir-fried broccoli can be finished off the heat with a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil and a dusting of chopped walnuts. On a weeknight, swap braised fatty meat for steamed or pan-seared salmon with a squeeze of lemon and a pepper finish. Let's turn principles into a reliable 4-step method. I call the heart-friendly stir-fry. Step 1 is awaken aroma. Use a small amount of oil to gently wake scallion, ginger, garlic, pepper, or dried herbs. 10 to 20 seconds is enough. Avoid browning. Step 2 is release umami. Add mushrooms or tomatoes and cook until fragrant and glossy. This builds a savory backbone, so you don't need heavy sauce. Step 3 is low oil tenderizing. Add a little water or light stock along the pan. Edge and cover briefly to soften vegetables or protein. This simulates the tenderness of oil-heavy stir-fries without the actual oil. Step 4 is bright finish. In the last 1 to 2 minutes, season with salt or a splash of low-sodium soy. Then off the heat add a few drops of lemon juice or rice vinegar. The result is clear flavor with less oil and a cleaner palate. What about air fryers and low-oil pan searing? They can be friendlier than deep frying, but time and temperature still matter. In an air fryer, Most foods do well around 180 degrees Celsius, rather than long runs above 200. Starchy foods like potatoes and bread should not be taken to deep dark colors. For pan searing, non-stick or well-seasoned, cast iron pans allow you to brush oil rather than pour it. Use an oil mister to coat the food lightly and evenly. If you want a crisper surface, mist again, just before the final minute of cooking. Let's talk about reusing oil. At home, prefer single-use oil. Each reheating accelerates breakdown and collects impurities from previous cooks. If you make fried foods, keep the frequency low and the batch small. Switching from a big wok to a small heavy pot allows you to finish a family batch with 200 to 300 milliliters, so you can discard after one session instead of storing a liter of tired oil you feel guilty throwing away. Now let's build a heart-friendly day of eating. Breakfast does not need to be oil-free. It needs good oil in small amounts. Whole grain toast with egg and a tomato salad, dressed with 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil, is balanced and satisfying. Unsweetened yogurt with nut crumble and berries brings healthy fats without pan oil. Lunch is a great place for the water oil double stir-fry method. Awaken aromatics with a teaspoon of oil. Then add tofu and greens, splash with light stock, cover briefly, season near the end, and finish with a squeeze of lemon. Pair this with half a bowl of mixed grain, rice and a piece of steamed fish or a low-oil pan-seared chicken breast. Dinner leans clean, early, and light. A mushroom tomato vegetable stew, finished off the heat with a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil for aroma, half a bowl of grains, and 1 modest portion of protein. If you enjoy evening snacks, move them to the afternoon. If you truly want something at night, choose unsweetened yogurt or a small handful of walnuts or almonds rather than fried snacks. Turn that day into a week you can repeat. On Mondays and Thursdays, use olive oil as the lead, with low heat, pan work and simple dressings. On Tuesdays and Fridays, use canola or peanut oil for medium heat stir fries. On Wednesdays, make it fish day and favor steaming or low oil pan searing. On Saturdays, make it nut day, and replace some pan oil with the fats already present in nuts and seeds. On Sundays, practice a palate reset: lighter sauces, earlier, dinner, and smaller portions. The rules that run through the week are simple: base daily cooking on monounsaturated oils, top up omega-3 with cool finishes, avoid trans fats, and keep deep-fried foods infrequent and single use. Eating out can quietly double your oil intake if you let it. Use your voice before your chopsticks. Ask for less oil and less salt with sauces on the side. Choose steaming, stewing, teppan, and quick stir-fries over deep-fried or heavy red braised dishes. With fish, request no thick gravy on top and add lemon and pepper at the table. With vegetables, request light stir-fry or cold dress. With soups, sip sparingly. Broths often hide both oil and salt. For noodle dishes, ask for extra greens, a lighter broth, and remind the chef that salt can be added at the end. Most restaurants will cooperate when you are clear and polite. Here is a shopping and storage checklist that keeps you on track. Core oils for the house: a refined olive oil for cooking, an extra virgin olive oil for finishing and dressings, and canola or peanut oil for medium to higher heat. Support oils for finishing: only flaxseed, perilla, or walnut oil. Supporting ingredients that help you use less oil with more flavor: tofu, mushrooms, tomatoes, deep green vegetables, lemons or rice vinegar, mixed nuts, and light stock cubes. Store oils away from heat and light, cap them tightly. Keep delicate oils in dark bottles, and aim to finish open bottles within 2 to 3 months. Park a 5 milliliter measuring spoon next to the stove and note the day's total, so quantity becomes visible rather than a guess. Let's clear a few common misconceptions. First, plant oil equals healthy is too vague. Which plant oil and how you use it matter. Second, drinking or pouring extra virgin oil freely does not make a dish healthier. A teaspoon can lift flavor, a quarter cup can overwhelm calories. Third, butter and coconut oil are not villains in tiny amounts, but they are not everyday workhorses for a heart-friendly kitchen. Fourth, reusing oil or cooking food to a very dark brown for that extra aroma is often aroma you do not want. Fifth, zero oil cooking is not automatically better. Oil helps carry flavor and nutrition. The goal is good oil, modest amount, correct temperature, and smart timing. To make success automatic at home, build a small control panel. Keep the measuring spoon by the stove so every pour is honest. Put a 4-step card on the fridge that says awaken aroma, release umami, tenderize with a splash, finish bright. Make a pot of clean mushroom or kombu stock on the weekend and freeze it in cubes on weekdays. Drop one into the pan and watch your salt and oil needs shrink. Use an oil mister so pouring becomes spritzing and your usage drops without effort. Schedule 1 fish day and 1 nut day every week to replace pan oil with good fats from food. Households often juggle other concerns like blood lipids, blood sugar, or kidney issues. The same backbone still works, but personalize the details with your clinician. If you are managing lipids, lean harder into monounsaturated oils and keep high temperature, repeated searing to a minimum. If you are stabilizing blood sugar, Pair this oil strategy with vegetables first eating order and the water oil double stir fry. If kidney function is limited, discuss nut frequency and fish choices, and pay attention to portion sizes and sodium in sauces. The shared goal is 1. Protect flavor while reducing unnecessary burden. Let's close with a clear summary. Heart-friendly use of oil comes down to 3 moves. First, choose the right base oils, olive and canola, as daily drivers, with a small cool finish dose of omega-3 oils and an occasional flavor touch from saturated fats, rather than making them the main act. Second, control quantity with a measuring spoon, remembering to count the fats that come from foods themselves. Third, watch temperature and method, avoid the smoke point. Cook with the awaken, release, tenderize, brighten, flow, and season late. Start tonight with a simple dinner: broccoli and mushrooms cooked by the water oil double stir fry, a low oil, pan seared chicken breast, and half a bowl of mixed grains. Season near the end and finished with lemon off the heat. You will taste the brightness and feel the lightness. Eating well and protecting your heart can happen on the same plate. Thank you for watching Eastern Healing Table. If you found this helpful, tell me which oil you use most, and which cooking step you will try first. Subscribe for more practical, safer eating guides, and share this episode with someone who needs a kitchen plan they can trust. I'll see you next time.